Okay, so I just finished watching episode 6 or chapter 14 of season 2 of The Mandalorian. Hmm. This one I think is going to take a little bit more processing than the other ones because I don't know. I wasn't as exciting watching this episode as I was previous episodes. Spoilers. Of course. So, a lot of big things happen in this episode. In terms of the main plot, the things that I thought that would happen actually did happen. And the child is taken by the Empire. I figured this was going to be the case. There needed to be a tragedy, and you know what? This episode is titled "The Tragedy," which is, you know what? Yeah, it's going the way I thought it would go. So it'd be pretty cool to see where it goes next. Um, so we got to see the Dark Troopers, and they look really cool. I wasn't too. It was a bit iffy on their flying because it's too much like Iron Man, and it's like kind of just give it a little bit more difference than just the same Iron Man flight feet thing, you know. Besides that, they're cool. I like their design. We make it to Typhon, which is uh not really an amazing looking planet. It's just fine. I don't know. I think that they were actually on a location for this episode because just a lot of the shots that they had just looked like they're on location somewhere. Um, which they could do a lot of things in the volume, but this it feels differently in this episode. It does actually feel like they're somewhere doing something. They're actually in these mountain with rocks, and they're parkouring and treading and whatnot. And it looks like they got a lot of what I think they got some more 501st troopers to do some more stormtrooper work. But yeah, um, the child is taken, and another big thing is that the Razor Crest got destroyed. Now I wasn't expecting the Razor Crest to be destroyed in this episode. Now that was pretty shocking, almost. And you know what? I'd say that's a bold move because uh, in Star Wars we have not had a major loss of a ship. Unlike Star Trek, where the Federation gets blown up every movie, um, our our Falcon has never been blown up. Uh, the Ghost has never been blown up. Although the Phantom has been destroyed, and so that's the closest thing to losing a ship. So here being a Razor Crest, man, it's kind of sad because that was a really cool ship. We only had it for like less than 2 seasons. Man, that merchandise. I know some people are gonna be so upset because their ship got destroyed. But hey, you know what? Um, Other things happen in this episode. Like probably the main thing people might be talking about, and that is the re the official return of Boba Fett. Um, I don't really know how to feel about this one. Um, we all knew that Boba Fett would return in some point in the show, because you don't just tease that character and just bring that actor to do that 3 second bit. You don't do that. You could, but it's not practical in your business to do that unless you're a devoted studio, which there aren't that many of. But Boba Fett returned in this episode rather unceremoniously, I might add, because he just kind of shows up out of nowhere. Like, there's no indication that he was really following these characters at all. I mean, sure, there's him looking at them at the end of the first episode, but besides that, there is no seeing him in the background in previous episodes, watching them, tracking them. No, he just shows up in this episode with the Slave One. Man, I was happy to see the Slave One. That's a cool ship. But Boba Fett turns up, and I thought, okay, so he's tracking the Mando for some reason, and they reveal it's like, hey, Mando, I want my armor. So he just wants to get his armor back, which is, I think most people didn't really want the story to go that route for Boba Fett because, one, it's just a really simple storyline, which I get it. Simple storylines, they can work. But also, it's just like a logical thing where Boba's been on Tatooine for 5 years now, without the armor. So why now to choose the armor is the big question. Because it looked like he was tracking Cobb Vanth at the end of the episode. So did he know about that earlier on? I mean, there's so many things. It's like, he had 5 years. Why get rid of the armor in the first place? There is very likely, and I do believe that there's a perfectly logical answer for this. We don't have the answer. But I know there is a good character reason why they did that. Are we going to know this? Probably not in this season. Maybe we'll find out next episode or something. But I'm just going to say that he wasn't really inspired to get that armor back until all of a sudden he did. And as soon as he finds it, Mando takes it. That's going to be my guess as to how that story goes. Also, we get Fennec Shan back, which I'm happy for. I thought that her quote-unquote death, I never believed that she died, but her ending in the last season was, again, very unceremonious, which I applauded that they just quote-unquote killed that character. Because, you'd expect her to get away, but no, she gets shot, and it's like, oh, okay, subverted my expectations. But it's also like, you don't just cast Ming-Na Wen, if that's her name, I forget, her full name, because I don't know. You don't just cast that actress just for a small part. I mean, you could, but why? Why would you? Why would you do that? Because she's a good actress. She has a lot of skills to use. I think it's a good idea to use that actress. So they're using her now, and I like that. And it is now confirmed that the figure at the end of that episode is Boba Fett, which I'm just glad that, that's over with. So now, we're come full circle. I don't know. Boba just coming to get his armor just feels, I don't know. It just feels weird because I don't really know what the reason is. Like, why is he just now getting his armor back? I do feel like there should be some setup for this. I know we're taking it from the perspective of Din Djarin, but really, I think we need to know what's going on in Boba Fett's head for him to try and retrieve the armor. Because right now, just when he showed up, I was like, oh, that's cool. But is that really his motivation? Is to get the armor? It's just to get the armor? Is that it? Is that all he was trying to do? I mean, I don't know what else he would even try to do, but it's still like, oh, is that it? Okay, I'm not sure why you didn't do it for 5 years. Again, there's very likely a story reason why that we don't know, that we'll probably not likely know for a long time. But you know what? It doesn't matter. He finally gets back in his armor, and that's cool. I wasn't really as excited about that, but you know what? Because there wasn't really much build up to it. But you know, he's back in his armor, and it kind of looked weird. I gotta be honest. It kind of looked like Boba gained a few pounds with that armor on, because it's like, ooh, it's kind of big on him. But you know what? Those things happen. It's also probably his costume just doesn't really match well with the armor. But you know what? Him back in the armor, he was pretty cool in the fight scenes. The one thing I actually really do like about Boba Fett in the armor in this episode is that the reveal that Django was a foundling, which fixed the something that fans wanted to be fixed. That Django is in fact a Mandalorian in a way. Um, and you know that's cool. That's great. Him not being a Mandalorian was kind of disappointing, but him now being back as a Mandalorian, hey, great stuff. Sure. I believe they also referenced a comic book on the Mandalorian Civil War. I believe that was a comic that had Django in it, and he fought and he killed. I know. There's one where he fought and killed a bunch of Jedi, but there's more. I don't know. But with that said, yeah, I wasn't really excited to see Boba Fett. Do I love the character? Yeah, sure, I do. I love Boba Fett. I think it looks cool. But again, I don't feel like there was the proper setup for this character to show up the way he did and get his armor. Because he got it and it was like, oh, okay. He got his armor. Okay. Well, that's nice. But yeah. I guess the one thing I did like is that Boba Fett's not just a one off for this episode. He's actually joining up with Din to help bring back Baby Yoda. And I think that's cool. A team up for the next two more episodes that we have. We only have two more episodes. Oh, those should be very good. But yeah, there's not really much else to say. But at the end, we have Din. We have his next mission, and it's to capture. It's to go and get Bill Burr again. Which I don't know. I just feel like it's weird. It's like we gotta bring this character back. Why? I don't know. Just because. There's very likely a story reason why we need the Bill Burr character, but it's probably one of those things where it's like, we need to get this familiar character back because we can. We want to bring back this actor that we've established. Which, you know what? Sure, fine, using a character you established on your own show, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. As fun as it would be to see the Bill Burr character again, I just wonder, is that really important to see that character? I don't know. I don't know. But we'll see how it plays out in the next couple episodes. But right now, I thought the episode was okay. And this is just my first viewing. I'm sure that I'm gonna have a different perspective at my next couple viewings, especially, just watching other people's reactions and reviews might cheer me up a bit more, but we'll see. Right now, I thought it was just, okay, it's got the potential, but I don't know. That Boba Fett thing just really needed some more work. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.